Section 31 and 318 subsection 1 of the Constitution to allow women to claim their husband's state of origin after at least 5 years of marriage. The third gender bill is the affirmative action bill, which is to the affirmative action bill, which is to specifically amend Section 223 of the Constitution to ensure women occupy at least 35% in political administration and appointing posts. The fourth gender bill is the bill on ministerial or commissioner nomination, which is to, among others, amend Section 147 and 192 so that at least 35% of women of nominees for ministerial and appointed positions will be women. While the last one is the one that's popularly known as the Reserve Seat Bill, the 1116, which is to, among others, amend the current Section 48, 49, and 91 of the Constitution to create additional 37 seats at the Senate, 74 seats at the House of Rep, and 108 seats for women. So it was a total of 500 and one seat, that excluding the seats that were supposed to be created at the state assembly, respectively. So the 5 gender bills were speaking to indigenship, citizenship, and also different forms of affirmative action. It is noteworthy that as part of efforts to ensure the smooth sale of the bills before it was killed by the National Assembly, the women group identified and engaged allies and also touched base with different women constituencies for their buy-in and support for the passage of their amendments. The first and second ladies of the country were firmly in support of the struggle of women. They both stood and are still standing in solidarity with us. The Honorable Minister of Women Affairs also led and deployed her influence to mobilize women towards achieving this noble cause, to mention a few. So we're countering the position that women do not lobby them enough. We actually did all we want to do, within our power to convince them on the gender bills. The failure of this relevant amendment demonstrates the impaired state of our democracy, and it's important for us to note that. Our penchant for elected public officials having a final say, even when the majority of Nigerians unanimously hold a contrary opinion on an issue, has continued to infantilize our democracy. Interestingly, issues advocating for the good of the people rarely see the light of the day. This is an anomaly. The gender as equal citizen, but we will also benefit us all as Nigerians. Were rejected by the National Assembly. We acknowledge the efforts of Nigerian women in occupying the National Assembly for 10 legislative days, the tenacity which they are looking for a right in this country, and that we have decided as in this country. The future cannot just be determined by few people who see us as lesser human beings. Our existence in this country is not negotiable. Women have historical injustices for years, resulted in the disenfranchisement of half of the population, have been poor economic indicators, moribund institutions, which we have, and also political exclusion and marginalization in this country. We, with one voice, reject the waged citizenship of the country. We all fought for its independence. We contest. We also rejects the contested indigenship because we are performing our reproductive roles as women to give life to the country. Our 10 days occupation is a testament to our strength and our resilience. It is the emergence of a national women's movement in this country. And I think we need to applaud that. We recognize the recommittal of the 3 of the gender bill by the House of Representatives. It gives us hope for a better future. We also recognize their respectation to us yesterday, the 24 Al-Hassan Adodogwa, majority leader. We are determined to hold them accountable to their promises to ensure that within 7 legislative days, the gender bills are recommitted and positively voted for the inclusive growth and development of Nigeria. No retreat, no surrender. We are committed. We have the commitment of women groups across Nigeria to lobby and advocate to ensure that we reach as many NAS members as possible. We, in particular, commend the efforts of young feminist activists, some of them are here, whose activities on Twitter and Instagram provided valuable information in mobilizing citizens to support the hashtag that continually trend throughout the week within the reach of over 17.4 million Nigerians. We thank you and we do for us. We can categorically say that the events in the last few weeks have played an important role in spotlighting these demands and demonstrated women's optimism, motivation, and resilience in leading positive changes through their dogged insistence. We also urge all Nigerians, especially its women, not to give up hope as we shall continue to apply pressure to persuade the National Assembly to act responsibly. We will continue to engage the media and state assemblies to vote in favor of the gender bills. While we await the National Assembly to leave its billing by reversing itself, we urge all citizens who want to see change to prepare to continue to stand against every form of injustice and contribute to the emergence of laws that will address the fundamental issues affecting all citizens. We must also recognize the efforts of the Nigerian media to ensure that the issue of gender bills remain on the front burner for all those 3 weeks that we're standing and occupying the National Assembly. We doff our hat for you. We thank you so much for your support. Our demands still remains the same. We call for urgent reconvening, reconsideration, and the immediate passage of the all-women gender-related bills by the National Assembly. No retreat,
no surrender.
We call for the passage of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Bill, currently before the Senate. We call for the resuscitation and passage of the bill on support for women participation in elective and appointed positions. We call for the immediate domestication of the African Charter Protocol on the Rights of Women in Africa, which Nigeria ratified since 2004, and also the domestication of the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, which has been ratified since 1985. So if we look at the time that Nigeria ratified these 2 international instruments, the protocol in 2004, the CEDAW in 1985, we should not be negotiating our rights to citizenship in this country. We should not be negotiating our rights to indigenship, to be able to belong to a place so that women will not continue to be stateless, in this country. I think it's an embarrassment to our national integrity as a country that in the year 2022, we are still negotiating who we are as citizens of Nigeria. And that's why we will continue to reject the second-class status that the Nigerian government or the Nigerian National Assembly want to continue to foist on us as Nigerian citizens. So as our representative in the National Assembly, we are demanding to know your voting pattern. We had sent letters to you to let us know who is for us and who is against us as women in Nigeria. And we will continue to ask and demand as a matter of right that we need to know as citizens who voted for women and who voted against women, because we know that for the first time as a movement in 2023, we will determine who of Nigeria. No retreat, no surrender. We stand together in unity as Nigerian women across the 36 states of this country. We're saying no women, no constitution, no women, no law, no women, no nation. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Okay, thank you very much, our dear sister, for all the work that you have been able to do. And our gratitude, at this point, our gratitude to the Women Commission for giving us this venue, and to the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs for standing up for Nigerian women. Our gratitude go to the media again. I want to reiterate that for being on this journey with us. And to some great media women who even brought us water on the ground. The beauty of this is the unity that we see. Some women will come, we say, I have 4 cartons of water here. I have this, I have that. I want to let you know that all of your contributions, indeed, we are grateful. We are grateful to the women of the National Assembly, women of House of Representatives and the senators who visited us at the gate. A number of times they came to the gate. Our gratitude to the women's groups, each and every one of you leaving all your works from different states, including Abiola, who all the way abandoned her work in Lagos, and for all the commitment. This is a call for synergy among women's groups across the country. It's a roll call. This is the time for women's movements across the country. We can't have it otherwise. If you account for the voting population of about 70%, with the young people, if we get it right, we determine who becomes the next president of Nigeria. We can determine who becomes the governor of Nigeria. And so, with the women's movement, we need to also involve our young people, our children, that have been left on the roadside because of unemployment. They are pushed to the wall as well. And so we call on all the young people. We need to improve that level. We need to improve in the building of the agency for women. We need to look at unity, because as women, we don't have a tribe. We have humanity as our tribe. And so it's important for you to reshape yourselves. In each of the states, women need to start talking to each other, all of the groups. No barriers. We are non-political, non-partisan. Whether you are contesting an election, you are a woman. And so be in the group. We need to come together. And if we can build that unity and we remain strong, a lot will come for us. We can determine. Where you see, we can then mobilize and see. If you have a party that fields in a governor and does not see any woman to put as a deputy, do you have to vote such a person? Do you vote for such a party? And so they need to take us very seriously, because we will determine who votes for whom, because united we stand and divided we fall. So we want to say a big thank you So each and every one of you commit yourselves and start meeting, because the days that they have given us will expire and we will come together again to review their stand on what way to go, where not to go. And so I want to commend all of you, but let's remain in our various communities, committing ourselves to the next plan of action. We need to plan for the future. After the 7 days, what happens? After the 7 legislative days, what happens to Nigerian women? We need to keep building. This bill, even if it is passed now, is coming to the states, and all of you need to prepare your relationship with your, members of the House of Assembly, and also your constituents, the senators. You need to start asking questions. Get to know who is your senator. Get to know who is your member in the House of Representatives. Get to know who is your member in the House of Assembly at the local level. Like we said before, about 15 states, there are no women. Not even one woman. So in a committee of women, it is women, it is men that are chairs of committee on women. Very embarrassing, isn't it? But we can't change it by talking, by action. The continuous voter registration is ongoing. Everybody en masse, go and make sure you register and you carry that your card. If you are having problems at the state level, let the women's movement debunk it. If you are having problems with registration, let's work with them. Get a contact with the INEC and ensure that you are able to prepare that. So I want to say a big thank you to the media. We can now at this point take questions. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mention that we have the president of the International Federation of Women Lawyers right here with us. And we also have, sorry? Okay. We have Abiodun from Global Rights, I remember that, and all of you, peace. UN Peace Ambassador? I think you all, but know that you're standing while you were standing. Okay, Women's Trust Fund, CPD, a whole network of women with disabilities. But I can tell you that the next organizing is going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger. Nobody is going to stop us at the gates of the National Assembly. We knew that there were other gates, but we refused to. We maintained our decorum. We stayed where we are. But there is a limit to which you can stop us. So answer us now. If not, we'll get a bigger fight. If you call it a fight. Thank you. Questions? Okay, there's somebody there. You ask the mic, there's somebody at the back. The media. Amen. Now, what if I want to commit to something? As a follow-up, I was going to ask, you did 7 days, but you didn't say what. So, as far as I know, it's moving the House of
how we think their decision to spread it to the side. And if it passes on one side of the National Assembly, not pass on the other, it still will still. So the number of words are one very line of action, any line of action that takes this of
Same way,
Okay. If there is no question, please bring the mic so we respond to it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. On the next line of action, they gave us 7 days, and when we met with them yesterday, we were very clear. 7 legislative days. We have occupied before. It won't take us anything to occupy it again. And my colleague had also just mentioned, we're going to occupy in a bigger way because they had actually just given us more time to plan.
Yeah.
We have started planning from state to state. It will not just only be at the National Assembly. We're going to occupy all the states in this country. It's not a matter of threat. It's a matter of affirming our presence in the country. So it is not negotiable. So yesterday, when they made that commitment, they all made further commitment as principal officers of the National Assembly, of the House of Representatives, to go back and convince their members on why this is important. I think they have also realized that it is already an embarrassment for them that we will still be debating some of those issues, within the gender bills in 2022. So we want to give them that benefit. And they asked, actually, in particular, that we should give them the benefit of that. And I think I want to quote the principal officer who led them to have even said that, visibly on the TV and, in the presence of the media, that we should give them the benefits of doubt, that this time around, they will take positive steps to ensure that they vote rightly for women. Now, the other question about the Senate, and I think it's important, we have made our position known to the Senate. And we recall that at a point in time, they had come around for negotiation on the issue. But we have made some clear demand, to them about the kind of negotiation that we can have with them. We hope that they will also take the opportunity that is available currently with the National Assembly, to have that conversation with us. But we need to understand the process also very clearly. Now, when the votes were done, the Senate had voted for indigenship and citizenship. So meaning that among the 3 or 4 that the House of Rep had stepped back on, they had already voted for 2. So if the House of Rep goes back to vote for citizenship and indigenship, what it means is that there is already a concurrence of 2 out of the 3 or out of 5 issues. Now, the House of Rep had actually gone back on 4, not 5. They had not gone back on the reserved seats, which is the 111 reserved seats. And according to the women legislatures, they have made an explanation for the reason why they think it might be difficult between now and 2023, for them to make that decision. We are still considering their proposal in that regard. And that's why we're still remaining on the 5 gender bills that we're talking about. But the reality is that What they have come back to is just 4 out of the 5 that we are demanding for. They are still yet to give us explanation on the 5th one. Now, meaning that we have 2 issues, and those 2 issues, as far as we're concerned, there are issues that are easy, that ordinarily we should not also be debating. Issue of appointments. In some states in this country, we don't even have any woman, even in Southeast Nigeria, any woman as commissioner. And also, if we look at the number of women in the ministerial positions, we would also know that they are not up to the number that is expected, not up to that 5%. They are not even up to 25, you know. So that's one of the things that we're asking for, that at least we should have at state levels structures that will reflect the gender balance of this country. And the last one is about party administration. March 26th, they have booked all the hotels in this state for the APC convention. The PDP convention is ongoing. Convention of political parties are ongoing. And we ask them, convention for what? Because as we speak today, we don't have that leadership, women in the leadership of political parties. And that convention might not be able to do that, for us. The only way we can get some of this thing done in this country is through the Constitution, where the Constitution is the highest law. So if it takes a pace that can make the country better, to have an inclusive growth, to have development, the Constitution will lead the way. The only instrument that can lead the way to address gender inequality in this country is the Constitution. And that's why we are holding tenaciously to the Constitution. The beginning and the preamble of the Constitution says, we, the people of Nigeria, except we are not the we that they are referring to. The Constitution must reflect our aspiration as women. Simple. That is what we are asking.
Maybe just to say, the feeling about the Senate is general. The way we feel about it. But have you asked yourself why people will lead the state for 8 years and then retire? They are retired with pensions, and they go to the National Assembly. They go to the Senate. A number of them retired from their states after ruling for 8 years. Many of them never paid the retired, public servants, and they come and sit in a comfort zone. A number of them have cases to answer with the EFCC, but they build a shield around them. You can see the struggle. Anybody who is leaving the seat of governorship, the best seat, they want to go to the Senate. And so the Senate, maybe because they are coming in, many of them are coming in as governors, some are not governors, but a lot of them, maybe there is a special seat there that is too big. And that's why we're not getting addressed in the hot sun yesterday. We had to respect the House of Representatives. They say, give us this time. You are occupying the roads. Many people are not able to come into the National Assembly. Give us that time and let's go back. We'll also consult with our fellow National Assembly members in the Senate. Those who come to you, we respect people. And so we have given respect. But we are saying that even those who are the National Assembly, the Senate, you voted them to power. And you can use your power again. And so we are watching them keenly, whether they want to come back or they think this is still the same when you cast ballot. But the terrain is changing for credibility of elections in this country. We are progressing. And so we need to let them know that they are hired. Whether you are a governor, you are hired to do that job and you have to respond to the people. And so we are calling on women across the country who have their representatives in the Senate to question them why they did not go out to meet the women of Nigeria. Thank you all very much. So that's the end. I guess. Thank you all very much.
Well, I see the regional expedition. You want to do regional vote of thanks? Yes. We don't know
I want to thank Great Nigerian Tanzania. After all the landings, quite and very it's really heartwarming. Thank you. And we that all watching the everything that's and all this that helps
Are we going to?
everything that
Yes.
developments that happen want to take this opportunity to thank all
That goes on like.
that are giving us
And don't.
We thank all for some of you made requests earlier today that you would like to be part of the press conference, and this has happened. We thank you for your support of the process, and we continue to count on your support. We also want to take this opportunity to thank all both the private sector and the public sector that are with us. You may not have joined us in person, but we can feel you. We thank you warmly, and we count on your support. Yes, and we thank you for your support. We want to thank Women Radio. You know, you can see that this era is different from all what we have experienced in the past. Women Radio has given us some kind of visibility that we have never had. They are doing this online. They are the ones giving us this live coverage. We appreciate you. We thank you especially we thank you, and we thank all in Manifesto, the different women's groups, the Manifesto team, and our sisters in the house. We thank you for the great support you have been given. When we are getting tired, we get a nudge from you, and it keeps us moving. We say thank you very much. I want to thank especially our the general Dr. AAA. You have not let us down. We appreciate you. And we want to thank one of our sisters who was referred to specially by the Senate, that woman with the big hair. So I want to thank you, and thank you so much. You have been a pillar of strength to the women's movement, and it will not be forgotten. Thank you very much. Thank you, Global Rights. Thank you for coming out to support us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I thank all the 100 million members across the country that have been part of this process as well. We will be depending on you to support all the women's groups across the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All around the world, women are longing to be free.
No longer in the shadows or to stay behind, but side by side in true equality. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development, and peace. So sing a song, for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never cease. So sing a song. Development and peace. No women, no nation. No women, no nation. We still have about 60 people online listening to us, so we thank them. Please let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us, and goodbye.
You're welcome back. That was the World Press Conference by Abu Manifesto. Thanks for staying tuned. Stay tuned for further updates on the information on women occupying the Nigerian women occupying the National Assembly. So let's carry on.